7, the following data represents the number of hours a group of drafting students spent working on the conception, design, and modeling of a crankshaft. I'm assuming this might be weekly. Maybe they spent a whole, I counted up, there's 40 numbers there. Maybe they spent 40 weeks conceiving and designing and modeling this crankshaft for this vehicle. And they want us to create a frequency distribution using intervals widths of 9 hours, beginning 10 hours. If you were doing this on your own, without direction, you were trying to do this, this part would be something you'd have to determine yourself. For the sake of having a consistent answer for everybody, we're going to set that up for you. So it says beginning at 10 hours and intervals of 9 hours each. So 10 plus 9 is 19. The next number up 20 plus 9 is 29. Next number up 30 plus 9 is 39, and so on. So that's how you create your intervals over here. And if you look at the numbers range in size from the smallest number being 16, maybe? 13. 13 is my smallest number, and 73 is my biggest number, I think. So you just need to make sure that all the numbers can fit into one of these intervals. So if there was like an 85, then I want to have 80 to 89 as well on this chart. So you want the chart to allow all the numbers to have a space to go. And if one of these spaces is empty, that's fine as well, but it's still included. So if there was no numbers between 30 and 39, it's still have a 30 to 39 interval, because it happens within all these intervals. You just have a 0 on the frequency. And the word frequency just means how many times or how often. So that's what we're looking for. And tallies would just be, you just put a mark for each number that occurs. So the easiest way to do this frequency distribution table is to tally up how many of these numbers are, just go one at a time. If they're in your book, do not mark them off. They're on a piece of paper, you can mark them off. But just make sure you go one at a time, mark them as you go. So 10 to 19, or 19 is between 10 and 19, I put a tally mark. The next number up, 27, is between 20 and 29. 56 between 50 and 59. So just go one number at a time, don't skip any numbers. Again, if it's on paper, as you get a number, you can strike it out. If it's in your book, do not strike it out. All right. 37 is between 30 and 39. 61, 42, 39. As you get more than one tally, just again, they're just tally marks counting up how many there are. That does not say the number 11, that's just 2 marks. So 39 is there, 53 would be here, 73, 46, 30, 48, 59, 26. So when you get 4, different people do it different ways. When I get to a 5th one, so 33 would be my 5th one here, I usually do a strike through like that, so they're in groups of 5. You don't have to do it that way, but if you do that, you're counting like 5, 10, 15 like that, so if there's a bunch, instead of having to count a whole bunch of single marks. So that's 33. 7 odd numbers in 30. 16 is back here. 25. And the whole time I'm doing this, doesn't matter how big the numbers are, like 15 to 16 both get tallied in the 10 to 19. It doesn't matter that 16 is bigger than 15. 24, get a 5th number in there. 13, 23, 41, 34, 27, 56, 32, 45, 17, 31, 6, 16, 32, 63, 24. All right. And again, there's 40 numbers in there. I can verify that I have 40 tally marks real quick. So 1, 3, 7, and 7 is 14, and 12 is 26, and 8 is 34, and 6 is 40. Right? And all the tally marks we want to do for the frequency here is just identify how many there are. So there's 5 plus 1 is 6, 5 plus 3 is 8, 10 plus 2 is 12, 5 plus 2 is 7, that's 4, that's 2, that's 1. As far as central tendency things are considered, like median, mean, mode, mode for a frequency table like this, instead of having a mode number that happens the most, you might have a mode interval. My mode interval is 30 to 39 because the most numbers happen in that interval. All right. If you ever see the words mode interval, that's what they're talking about. That's not the same as mode itself. All right. I might have to look at the individual numbers to determine the actual mode of the data, but the mode interval will be the 30 to 39 interval. Most of the numbers happen in that interval.